Brodes Media.
But really, the game they lost, and game 2, the night of the doubleheader, game 3 really, but game 2 of the doubleheader, what are you going to do? I mean, Zach Wheeler's been a force. Zach Wheeler has had 1 billion scoreless innings in a row, and then he just happens to have a stinker. He happens to get beat up. 4th inning, the RAV4, it stings. But the chaos was really in the afternoon on Thursday. In what world did that game go the way that it did? Romano. Yo, Sean Murphy, I thought that thing was gone. I thought that thing was blasted. It goes foul. The final pitch to strike out the final hitter and you win the game? That was a couple inches low. Wow. I don't know how they did it. Marshawn, there's your answer. Marshawn led the team to the promised land. Homer? A maybe hit by pitch, but probably not hit by pitch. A gun behind the plate. I don't know what Albies was thinking because that game was probably lost. If they don't, on a 4-pitch walk, by the way, if they don't try and take off right away. Now, it was a hose. And there has been talk about Romano not being able to hold on guys. And, you know, if you're a runner, you have an advantage because of his inability to be quick to the plate and all that. So I get it. There's plenty of reasons why you think you can get into scoring position rather quickly. But if you get Marshawn behind the dish and he's able to do his thing, then you just destroyed a rally. And they had a rally, but the rally would have been significantly more intense if he didn't get thrown out at first. Or at second, I should say. But, dude, think about this. You're able to generate a couple of outs, and you probably expect it to be a ho-hum. And then it turns into the sphincter getting tight. My sphincter was tight watching Strom. You also had Kyle go yard, though, for just an added bit of insurance. But that, you know, only lasted so long. It was a crazy ride. But they won 2 out of 3. They beat the Braves in the series. And they move on to the Milwaukee series. It was all over the place. It's a weird feeling. You find ways to win. I mean, I guess that's a good way to describe what this team is right now. Is it doesn't matter if you need to win 2-0 with a shutty. It doesn't matter if you need to squeeze out one of those emotional ones that you're riding the crazy ride, and in moments, in pockets, you feel lovely. And in moments, in pockets, you feel nauseous and nervous, and you're walking around the kitchen because you can't sit down because there's that uncomfortable feeling in your stomach. The anxiety is real. But you got to win those gross, grimy ones. You got to win the ones where you are loading up the bases. You are putting guys on for free. You are being stupid on 0-2 counts or 1-2 counts. Any favorable matchup for the pitcher. You leave one over the heart of the plate and someone does damage with it. Now it's second and third, 2 outs in a 1-run game. You got to find a way to manage getting victories in those hostile environments. And I'm just laying out random scenarios, not that one in particular happening against the Braves, but I'm saying it gets ugly. It gets weird. And truth be told, I hate to tell you this. All right, I hope I'm not breaking news to you because then you're lacking brain cells on what this team is. But with the current state of the pen, with Matt Strom here, with Romano here, you're going to get these games. You're going to get these games way more than you would like to admit. You're going to get these games and sit through this wildness consistently. Because I don't know what Strom is. Romano seems to lock in at times, but when he doesn't lock in, hey-o, hold on to the nutsack. They won 2 out of 3, though. Again, the job was see a division opponent and kick their teeth in when they're already down. This was big for the Braves. Mentally, think about where they stand, right? Awful start of the year. They managed to pull themselves out of that hole that they dug early in a way where it's not where they want to be, but it could be significantly worse. And now they're staring up at the NL East champs and the NL East top dogs this season. This is a way to make ground. This is a way to make noise. Ronald Acuna Jr. being back. Spencer Strider on the bump. He's returning, and those two are key contributors to what they are going to be this season. So you think they want to walk into this hostile environment saying, this is big for us. This is a big 3 games. They fucking dropped 2. Phillies say, yo, dude, no. It wasn't the most comfortable, but the message was, no. Speaking of messages, though, no message sent after all these guys get hit. Sosa, we know about Bryce getting drilled. Guys are getting hit. I think Turner got hit with an off-speed pitch in the foot. And I know that's not going to kill anybody, right? That's not going to destroy anybody physically, but it's just a, hey, you can get pushed around kind of thing. Rob Thompson made it very clear before the doubleheader that the reason why there's going to be no sort of response is we didn't feel it was intentional. And I didn't think it was intentional either. I thought it was intentional to go inside. I think it's intentional to think about trying to pitch close to Bryce Harper to make him aware, hey, this is my space. But when you have control issues coming off of Tommy John injury, you need to be aware that there's a risk involved that you're going to drill somebody in the damn elbow. So I don't think it was intentional to hit him. I think it was intentional to go inside to make a statement. But now that you see how the Braves were continuing to hit the Phils, and how you see the series shake out. Now, winning the series makes it easier because I think it's pretty clear what Rob wants to do. Instead of putting guys on base, putting the Braves on base and having them generate potential life, what he wants to do is beat them. And his way of getting back at that group for what they did to Bryce is to kick their ass, is to win the series, is to beat them up on the scoreboard. And in a way they did. Now, I would like that tone more if it was a sweep. It doesn't feel the same way. It doesn't have the same power and the same emphasis if it's just taking 2 out of 3, especially in the manner that it happened. Like, I really needed to see this doubleheader to give me more information on how I'd feel about the lack of throwing at somebody else. And I'll say this. I think the Phillies did enough where, okay, fine. They could get away with it. They could get away with not throwing at Acuna, not throwing at Ozzie Albies, not throwing at Matt Olson, not throwing at anybody. You could get away with it because you won the series, but it's not as cool, in my opinion, and it's not as loud as if you were to beat them up in 3 straight games and like fucking annihilate them, fucking rip their head off their damn shoulders. Then it would be like, dude, okay, get it. You hit Bryce and whatever. It's not whatever. It's Bryce Harper, but you get my point is, you lost 7-0. You lost 6-1. You lost 7-2. You suck. And you're not going to have us go down to your level because we are now taking over as the group of the NL East. It was once the Braves for a long time. No, not anymore. That's the vibe I'd get if they managed to really annihilate the Braves. They didn't do that. They managed to win 2 out of 3 and win a really greasy one that was actually ready to go the other way. And probably got a tad lucky. But at the same time, not that this is luck, because I've seen Michael Harris have 1 billion home runs robbed against us in the past. You know, I mean, there was a home run that would have put more runs on the board that got snagged out in center field. Now, that's not luck. That's having a phenomenal center fielder who can make that play. I've seen him make that play way too much. It makes me sick. It makes me nauseous. I want to throw up. I hate it. I can't stand it. It happens too much for my liking, but that's what happened. And the amount of balls that died at the wall that I thought were going to go deeper and carry, and then here you go. It died at the track. What the hell? So it easily could have been, a different margin, if you will. A crazy game, man. Just a crazy, crazy game.